Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So requesting everybody to come forward and sit, both Mataji's side and Prabhuji's side, so that the people who come on later will not have struggle to sit. And let's start today's blissful Panihati celebration by doing the Jai Radha Madhav Kirtan. जय राम श्री गांधर्विका गिरधारी श्रीमान महाप्रभु की जय। श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। श्री श्री पंचतत्व की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदना ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदना ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण राम हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Braj Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravana Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Gandharve ka giridhari, Gandharve ka giridhari, Gandharve ka giridhari, Gaura Hare. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Anantadev, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Anantadev. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. योग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की, श्री पानीहाटी महामहोत्सव की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्ण। Keep it on the harmony. On the harmony. Is the volume good enough, or should it be increased a little bit? And is it audible to everybody? Okay. Those who are online, are you able to hear me? Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we have assembled for a very nostalgic ceremony today. It's the very famous, world famous, but known by few people. That is the Panihati Chida Dahi festival, which we are celebrating today. We'll get to know more about it today. Can everybody come forward as they sit? There's so much space here. And in the end, the backside gets crowded. Crowd management becomes difficult. Please come forward. Yeah. So we are discussing the significance, importance of the Panihati festival today. Today also happens to be the conclusion of the Gita course 2021-22, which started, I think, way back in the year 21 in September, maybe. Yeah, approximately in September. So it went for a long time, almost for 7-8 months. Sorry, more than that, 8 or 9 months. And we are concluding it today, wrapping it up today. So today is the finale of the Gita course also. So I'm very, very grateful that all of you are here for the celebrations. So let's begin today's discussion by getting into the importance of this Panihati festival. How many of you already know about this Panihati festival? Can you please raise your hand so that I get some idea how much to go in depth and how much to spend time? Okay, few of you know, few of you don't know. Actually, most of you don't know. Then it's good. We can spend more time discussing it. So in the altar, if you see, there is a, after the photo of the Lordships, Gandharvika Girdhari Mahaprabhu, then on your right hand side, you see Lakshmi Narasimhadev. On your left hand side, you see the Panchatattva. And below them, you see the Guru Parampara pictures, starting with the 6 Goswamis and followed on by the other Acharyas, and last being Srila Prabhupada. Sorry? Yeah, volume has to be increased. Is it better now? Are you able to hear? Okay. So, one of the people, one of the personalities in the first photo, starting from your, as you see, starting from your right hand side, there are 6 personalities in that photo. Their names are Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatt Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatt Das Raghunath. 6 Goswamis are there. One of them is Raghunath Das Goswami. So these 6 Goswamis are the principal acharyas of our movement, under the guidance of whom this movement is running on. So therefore, talking about the acharyas, it's very important to take their blessings before we start doing anything. So today is Panihati Chida Dahi festival. All the bliss which it will bring, all the good memories which it will bring, all the mercy which it will bring, the entire discussion and everything following that is dedicated for the pleasure of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness. I would like to seek his blessings and dedicate this session for his pleasure by chanting some pranam mantras, requesting all of you to join me in chanting these pranam mantras. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yutapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरिः ओम् तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. So welcome once again to this wonderful Panihati celebration. And as I speak about this, the 6 Goswamis, they were direct students of Lord Chaitanya. And each of these 6 Goswamis, they represented one principal aspect of devotional service. So Raghunath Das Goswami teaches everybody the quality of renunciation or vairagya. So through Raghunath Das Goswami, Lord Chaitanya was teaching everybody how to be detached from the material world. We'll discuss a little bit about the background of Raghunath Das Goswami to understand who he was and what a great sacrifice he had made to attain the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. And how today's festival, the Panihati Chida Dahi festival, is so important to understand how one can attain the lotus feet of Lord Krishna or Lord Chaitanya. Anybody joining for the first time today? Okay. So in brief, I will explain who is Lord Chaitanya and who is Lord Nithyananda. So Vrajendra Nandana Jai Shachi Sutta Hoilo Sai Balarama Hoilo Nitai. So the son of Nanda Maharaj, that is Krishna, Vrajendra Nandana Jai. That personality who is the son of the king of Vraja, that is Maharaj Nanda, that is Krishna, Shachi Sutta Hoilo Sai, has become the son of Mother Shachi in this Kali Yuga. And that is Lord Chaitanya. Many of you may have read about Lord Chaitanya in your history books as one of the saints who has started the Bhakti movement in the 1500s. There is much more to that. Just like Krishna says, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati, only my devotee can understand me. So similarly, only one who is a devotee of Lord Krishna can understand who is Lord Chaitanya. And the scriptures reveal that Lord Chaitanya is Lord Krishna himself. There is no difference between Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. However, the historians whose eyes are blinded by the Aryan invasion theory and the other influence of the so-called advanced Western culture, they cannot understand who is Lord Chaitanya. Therefore, they portray him as just like a saint, but the Vedic scriptures such as Srimad Bhagavatam, in fact, if you attended the last session, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Krishna, where we gave so many references from Narsimha Puran, from Varaha Puran, from Vishnu Sahasranam, from the Srimad Bhagavatam itself, and so many other places we gave references, which made it very clear how Lord Chaitanya is Lord Krishna. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtanai Praya Yajantihi Sumedasha. So in the age of Kali, Krishna will descend in the form of his own devotee, and he'll be chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, and Yajantihi Sumedasha. Only those people who are most intelligent in this age of Kali will be able to spot him, understand that he is the Lord, and will be able to worship him. So not everybody can understand that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. It requires intelligence. Only the highest intelligent, the most intelligent people amongst the human society can worship Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, and Rajendra Nandan Jai Shachi Sutta Hoilo say Balram Hoilo Nitai. Balram is Lord Nithyananda. And why they have advented in Kali Yuga? They have advented in Kali Yuga just to deliver you and me. There's no other reason. We are so much qualified that we, first of all, the significance or the symbol of our qualification is that we have taken birth in Kali Yuga. Very great souls take birth in Kali Yuga, right? You must be having such great qualification that you have taken birth in Kali Yuga. Basically, we are all criminals who have been thrown out of the spiritual world because of the aparad or the offenses which we have made. Maybe some of us got chance in the previous yugas, but we thoroughly disqualified ourselves to be a part of the previous yuga. So now the worst yuga amongst all the 4 yugas, that is Kali Yuga, which is full of meat eating, gambling, illicit sex life, and intoxication. We have taken birth in such an age. So it is not possible for anybody to approach the Lord in this fallen age of Kali Yuga. So therefore, seeing the absolute fallen conditioned state of the people in Kali Yuga and seeing the hopelessness which was there in their life, via which they were so much unfortunate, short-lived, no memory, no spiritual intelligence, dull, lazy, slow, everything. So Lord Chaitanya understood that they cannot do meditation, they cannot do any kind of deity worship, they cannot engage in sacrifices. So therefore, he, out of his sheer mercy, he has descended himself in the mood of a devotee and has started the Sankirtan movement. So therefore, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nithyananda are called as the fathers of this Sankirtan movement also. They have started this congregational chanting of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And through that, they are saving everybody in this fallen age of Kali Yuga. Krityadhyayato Vishnum Tretayam Yajito Makhaihi Dwapare Paricharyayam Kalau Tadhari Kirtanat. Whatever result which was obtained in Satyuga by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha or by doing meditation, that which was obtained in the Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, the result which was obtained in Dwapar by temple construction and deity worship, the same result is obtained in Kali Yuga by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So that is the brief identity of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nithyananda. Did you understand? Basically, Krishna and Balram have become Chaitanya and Nithyananda. Chaitanya is also sometimes called as Gauranga because Krishna Varnam, Vishar Krishnam. Although he's Krishna, but his complexion is not blackish, it is golden. So Gaura, molten gold is called Gaura. So sometimes Lord Chaitanya is called as Gauranga also. Gauranga, or sometimes in short Gaura. And Nithyananda is called Nitai. So in brief, we call Chaitanya and Nithyananda as Gaur Nitai. So Raghunath Das Goswami was a student of Lord Chaitanya. And he was the symbol of renunciation. Lord Chaitanya was teaching the whole world how to be a renounced personality. So he had tried, he made several attempts to reach the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, which is the goal of everybody's life. But he was making one mistake. He was trying to approach God without having taken shelter of Guru. Is it possible to approach God without having the mercy of Guru? It's not possible. So Lord Chaitanya represents Bhagavad Tattva or Ishwar Tattva, or he's God. And Balram or Nithyananda represents the Guru Tattva. So until you get the mercy of Lord Nithyananda, it is not possible to achieve the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. That is the understanding. So he was making several attempts. In Shantipur, he met Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya rejected him, saying that go back to your house. Continue your business which you are doing, serve your parents nicely, take care of every aspect of your business, and be a pounds and shillings man, basically. That was the instruction which Lord Chaitanya gave to him. He did not understand. The goal of life is to surrender to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Here I am, Raghunath Das. I'm trying to surrender to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. But when I go to Krishna, Krishna tells me, go back. Go back and continue your materialistic life. He was very puzzled. He could not understand what's going on. Many times he would try to. At that time, Lord Chaitanya was doing the pastimes of a sannyasi in Jagannath Puri. So many times he would try to go and try to surrender his life at the lotus feet. But then so many obstacles would come. Sometimes he would try to run away, but then his father would catch him and then bring him back. This was going on. One day, out of severe disappointment, that I want to surrender my life to Krishna, I want to surrender my life to God. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. I want to take shelter, ekam sharanam. I'm not able to do it. Then he heard that Lord Nithyananda is passing by an area which is called as Panihati. So Panihati is actually the name of an area. It's very close to Kolkata. Which is that station? Sorry? Own Nagar. Own Nagar is a station, which is 5 stations from the Howrah Junction. From Own Nagar, you have to just walk a little bit, cross the Ganges in a boat, then you reach Panihati. So you can understand it's quite close to Kolkata. So Raghunath Das Goswami came to know that Lord Nithyananda is passing by the Panihati. Some people are giving me some alternative routes in the chat. So Sodepur is another place. Sodhpur, okay. So another route is from Sialda Junction. It can also be reached. From Sialda Junction to Sodhpur you can reach. Alternatives are there. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he was a highly intelligent person. It is said that the opulence which he had was comparable to that of Indra. Unbelievably rich. So it is mentioned here in this chapter. I'll be referring to the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya from the Anta chapter number 6. So it is mentioned that the family of Raghunath Das Goswami were collecting 20 lakh gold coins per annum. 20 lakh gold coins per annum. Can you even begin to calculate how much money that is? So he was rich beyond your imagination. Sorry? What is that? Okay. 20 lakh gold coins his family was collecting. And because of that, there was some disagreement also between his family was engaged in tax collection. And then they would submit that tax to the king. And that was the kind of occupation which Raghunath Das and his family members had. So rich beyond imagination. But I mean, the word stinking rich is also unfit for that kind of description. And it is said that his wife was the most beautiful person in the whole eastern province of India. You cannot imagine how beautiful his wife was. But this is the qualification of mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Even if you are surrounded by opulences like that of Indra, and even if you have the most beautiful spouse in the world, if you have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, these two things cannot bind you. In the Shikshashtakam, they say, Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmane janmanishware, bhavatad bhaktir ahaituki tvai. So the devotee makes this prayer. Actually, Lord Chaitanya only has taught us this Shikshashtakam. So he says in the Na Dhanam, Na Janam, Na Sundarim, saying that these are obstacles. What are the obstacles? Dhanam, money. Money is a big obstacle. The lust for getting money, earning money, continuing to earn money is so vicious that it can simply bind one into the eternal cycle of birth and death. There are so many people whom I have met, whom I meet. The only aim of their life is to make money. Many of us are sitting here right now in the hall also. The only aim of life is to make money. If you remove the money, then there is no honey. And when there is no honey, and when there is no money, then life is useless. That's the sad reality of life. So Lord Chaitanya says, Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. He says, my dear Lord, I don't want money and honey. And in between he puts janam also, fan followers. So I don't want money, I don't want fan followers, I don't want honey. What I don't want to be known as a famous scholar also. All I want is the opportunity to render devotional service in the association of your devotees. So much so that this association of devotees is so great that, my dear Lord, that even if you do not give me liberation from the cycle of birth and death, I don't mind. Far beyond liberation, much, much higher than liberation, is the opportunity to wander around in various bodies in the association of your devotees. The devotee is saying that I don't want liberation also. Keep giving me birth, but only give me one thing. Somehow give me birth or somehow give me a facility wherein whichever birth you put me, I should have the association of devotees in whose association I will chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So Raghunath Das Goswami was constantly trying to leave all that opulence of his father. He was like a prince basically. And the most beautiful wife, the most wealthiest family. So his mother would actually suggest his father that our son has become mad, she said, the mother of Raghunath Das Goswami said. Just keep him by binding with ropes. His father, being very unhappy, replied as follows. Raghunath Das, our son has opulences like Indra, the heavenly king, and his wife is as beautiful as an angel. Yet all this could not tie down his mind. How then we can keep this boy home by binding him with ropes? It is not possible even for one's father to nullify the reactions of one's past activities. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has fully bestowed his mercy on him. Who can keep home such a madman blessed by Chaitanya Chandra? This is the father and mother talking. That one who gets the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, nothing can keep that person in the materialistic situation. One of the central point of materialistic life is a family life which is devoid of Krishna consciousness. That is, according to Prahlad Maharaj, that is a deep, dark well. Sometimes, they dig a well and then that well becomes unusable after some time due to natural reasons. So the people, they stop using that well and a lot of creepers and plants, etc. grow. And because nobody is using that well, it becomes surrounded by a forest-like kind of habitation. So much so that if somebody is walking there thinking the whole area is forest, they may not even know that here is a well in front of me and they may fall down in it. And because it is so much far away from the habitation of the people, that even if someone falls in there and keeps shouting for days together, nobody will hear their cry. It's a lost and forgotten well. So similarly, A materialistic family life is compared with that. Somehow our schools, colleges, universities don't talk about this. Somehow our parents also don't talk about this. But this is the reality of life. Any situation of life which is devoid of Krishna consciousness is a deep dark well of materialistic existence. That's why Prahlad Maharaj said, Tat sadhu manye asur varya dehinam sada samudvigna dhiyam asatrahat. A person who is living such kind of a life, thinking that I'm leading such a selfless life, everything is for my family members, everything is for my society, everything is for my friends, well-wishers and loved ones. In their heart, there is a forest fire of material existence. Sada samudvigna dhyam asadgrahat. And they are constantly surrounded by illusion and illusory pursuits. So the advice Prahlad Maharaj gives to them is that they should immediately give up such kind of a life. Tat sadhu manya asurvarya dehinam sada samudvigna dhyam asadgrahat. Hitvatma patam griham andha kupam. He says such a place is like a griha andhakupa, the deep dark well of materialistic family life, where even one wants to escape, they'll not be allowed to escape. I often give the analogy of crabs put together. So if you take some crabs, and if you put them in a container or in a plate, no need to cover it, because crabs by nature are very envious. If one crab wants to go out of the plate, 2-3 other crabs will go and pull it down. You can try it out. Once you collect some 50-60 crabs in one place, you need not cover them. You need not put them in a container or do anything to them. Put them in one place and forget about them. After 3 days, all those 50 crabs will be there. So that is the materialistic family life. Even if you want to escape, the so-called relatives, the so-called loved ones, the so-called people who are dependent on you for their sense gratification will pull you down. The situation is so bad, my dear Prabhujis and Matajis, that even if someone calls their forefathers from Pitrilok and asks, I'm worshipping Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nithyananda, should I continue? They'll say, no, we suffered, you also suffer. Stop this worship. Your forefathers, they'll come from Pitriloka and they'll tell you, you suffer. And keep offering pinda to us so that we can enjoy in the Pitriloka. That's the sad situation. But Raghunath Das was not that kind of a person. He was a liberated man. Hitvatma patam grihamandhakupam vanam gato yad harim ashrayeta. So he had taken shelter of the lotus feet of Hari, that is Lord Chaitanya. So he was a free man. But because he had not surrendered to Lord Nithyananda, he was unable to attain that. So one day, in the village of Panihati, he somehow got an opportunity to meet Lord Nithyananda. Lord Nithyananda was sitting under the rock, under a tree, was sitting on a rock under a tree on the bank of Ganges. And he was looking as effulgent as hundreds and thousands of rising suns. Imagine you are looking at sun. How long can you look at the sun? 1 minute, you say? 1 minute. Your eyes are really good, I must say. But imagine if 2 suns are there in the sky with the same intensity, how long can you look at them? So in Vrindavan, there is a place called Dwadash Aditya Tila. So after doing this pastime of Kaliya Mardan, when Lord Krishna came out of the Yamuna, his body was a little wet. So it is said that 12 suns had come out. Dwadash means 12. And he was seated on a rock. So Tila. So Dwadash Aditya Tila. So 12 Adityas, 12 suns had come just to evaporate the water from his dress and other things very quickly. Now imagine there are not Dwadash, but there are thousands, Sahastra. Thousands of suns in the sky. You cannot imagine. It's like, it's beyond any description. So Lord Nithyananda, or the Supreme Lord, when he comes to a particular place, the whole place becomes very effulgent. No wonder Lord Krishna has said in the Bhagavad Gita, Na tad bhashayate suryo na shashanko na pavakah Yad gatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. He says that in my abode there is no need of sun, moon, electricity, fire. Why? Because so much effulgence is already there. So why do you need? You can save a lot of electricity if you become a devotee of Krishna. You can try that. How? Krishna will explain. So there is a very nice song also. It's called as Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala. I would like to just show you that song. I'm just trying. Let's see if it works out. Yes, it's almost there. Okay, but I will not be able to see it. So better to keep it here only. Yes. Okay, very important part of every Krishna Katha. Vehicle number 8042. This vehicle is causing inconvenience to others. 8042, blue color car. Somehow, whenever I start discussing, immediately this comes. So are you able to see the screen? So this is a very nice song, Nitai Pada Kamala. It also mentions the same thing. Whatever is Shishi Gandharvika Girdhari Shriman Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So you see, the Chaitanya Charitamrita says that it was wherever Lord Nithyananda is there, that place becomes as effulgent as millions of moons. And same statement is sung by Narottam Das Thakur, which says, Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala Je Chhayaya Jagata Jurai. The first verse is very instructive for our discussion also. I would like to sing with all of you. You can sing with me. Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala Je Chhaya Jagat Juraye Je Chhaya Jagat Juraye Hero Nitai bin bhai Radha Krishna paite nai Hero Nitai. Everybody please. Bhai Radha Krishna paite nai Dridha kori dharo Nitai pai Dridha kori dharo Nitai pai. Very nice bhajan which says Nitai Pad Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala Je Chhaya Jagat Jurai. So the lotus feet of Lord Nithyananda, Nitai Pada Kamala, Koti Chandra. Koti means 1 crore. Chandra means moons. So millions of moons, the effulgence of millions of moons is there in the lotus feet only. So imagine what will be there in the entire personality. So here it says thousands of suns, and in the song it says millions of moons. What is the difference between sunshine and moonshine? Can someone say? What is the difference between sunshine and moonshine? Come on. You've spent so many years on this planet. Have you not experienced any difference? Yes. Okay, moon needs the help of some other intensity. Okay, sun produces heat, moon produces soothing coolness. Yeah, that is the right answer. So, Koti Chandra Sushitala. Imagine you are very tired and each part of your body is paining, aching. And then you come out and you say, see, it's a full moon night. Cool breeze is blowing. And in that full moon night, in this soothing, calm moonlight, you're just sitting and probably hearing this song, Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala. How nice it will feel. Now replace this experience by 1 crore moons. You cannot even imagine. So that is the feeling which one gets by being under the lotus feet or the shade of the lotus feet of Lord Nithyananda. What is the value? What is the significance of this? Je chhayaye jagat jurai. Anybody who comes under the shelter of lotus feet of Lord Nithyananda forgets all differences which they have with others. So if the whole world takes shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Nithyananda, the whole world will become unified. Je chhaya jagat jurai. The whole world will become one. In the sense, the whole world will become a devotee of Lord Krishna. And something very important. Heno nitai bene bhai Radha Krishna paite nai. What is this? It is telling that without the mercy of Lord Nithyananda, you cannot get Radha and Krishna. What is this? Where are Radha and Krishna in Dwarka, in Dwapar Yug, in Vrindavan, and where are Gaur Nitai in Kali Yuga, in Navadvip, Mayapur, and Puri, and other places? What is the link between Nityananda Prabhu and Radha and Krishna? Can someone try to think? Is there any link? Why does the author say, Heno Nitai Bine Bhai Radha Krishna Paitanai? Without Lord Nityananda, you will not get Radha and Krishna. Somebody should. Okay, but why not Nityananda? Without Balram, you cannot get Radha and Krishna. Huh? Yes, you're coming close. Try your best. Okay. He's Guru Tattva, so what? See, approaching Radha Krishna means not even a tinge of material desire. Not even a single idea of personal sense gratification. The only desire which one should have is to serve eternally without expecting anything in return. Please raise your hand. How many of you can do it? Not even a tinge of material desire, no lust, anger, greed, illusion, enviousness, and attachments. Nothing wanting in return. Nothing. It's very difficult. So to approach Radha and Krishna, we have to take shelter of Lord Chaitanya. Because Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So there is the combination of Radha and Krishna is Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So to approach Radha and Krishna, one has to take shelter of Lord Chaitanya. And by today's discussion, we will conclude that in order to attain the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, to do which Raghunath Das Goswami has failed multiple times, you need the mercy of Lord Nithyananda. So now do you understand the connection? Heno Nitai Bine Bhai Radha Krishna Paitana. If you do not have the mercy of Lord Nithyananda, because we are Kali Yuga Jivas, forget about Radha and Krishna. So if you do not have mercy of Lord Nithyananda, you cannot get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And without the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, it is not possible, even in our dreams, to worship and attain the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. So therefore, the author says, first take shelter of Dridha Kori Dharo Nitayar Pai. With a lot of determination. One should be repentant in their devotional service for the mistakes which they have done. One should be grateful to all those who have helped him or her in their devotional life. And one should be fully determined to follow the principles of devotional service as said by Acharyas like Srila Prabhupada. So, Dridha Kori, with full determination, one should hold on to the lotus feet of Nithyananda Prabhu. That is the statement of the Acharyas. So, Raghunath Das Goswami, when he saw Lord Nithyananda sitting on a rock, as effulgent as hundreds and thousands of rising suns, and he was surrounded by so many devotees, seeing the influence of Lord Nithyananda, Raghunath Das was stunned. And all he could do was offer obeisances. Now, as soon as he offered obeisances, one of the men of Raghunath Das, of Lord Nithyananda said that here is Raghunath Das offering obeisances to you. So Lord Nithyananda by nature is extremely merciful. Even if somebody is not qualified, Lord Chaitanya is Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishaya Nama. He is more merciful than any other form of Krishna. Because Krishna says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamya. You first become qualified, and the degree to which you become qualified, the degree to which you surrender to me, to that degree I will reveal myself to you, and I will reciprocate with you. Krishna is a very reciprocal personality. The amount you do, according to that, he'll reciprocate. But if you are unqualified, Krishna, it's very difficult. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. But Lord Chaitanya is very merciful. He doesn't demand surrender. He doesn't demand very high qualification. He says anybody and everybody who's chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Anybody who is chanting Hare Krishna in a humble state of mind and is ready to offer obeisances to Lord Chaitanya is qualified to receive the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That is such a simple proposal which Lord Chaitanya gives. But unfortunately, Kali Yuga living entities cannot do that also. Humility is a very far-fetched thing in Kali Yuga. So Lord Nithyananda ensures that even without having complete surrender, even without having complete humility, even without being fully surrendered, Lord Nithyananda still somehow or the other ensures by giving us his mercy and brings us to the qualification to receive Lord Chaitanya's mercy. That's how merciful Lord Nithyananda is. By nature, he wants to offer each and every soul in this entire existence to the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. So much so that he interfered with Jagai and Madhai. I think we have told that past time so many times. Jagai and Madhai were completely useless people. Like they were hippie shiromanis. Like hippie is also not a right word for them. They were sinful to the core, criminals to the core, but they were delivered by Lord Nithyananda's influence and interruption. So Lord Nithyananda, as soon as he saw Raghunath Das, he said, "My dear Raghunath, you are a thief. Now you have come to see me. Come here. Today I shall punish you." Immediately he said, "I will punish you." Why he called him as a thief? Because Lord Chaitanya is a property of Lord Nithyananda. And without taking the permission of Lord Nithyananda, directly he was trying to bypass and attain Lord Chaitanya. So, and plus he was acting like a thief. And a thief, I don't think any thieves are here today. But if a thief at all he comes into this hall, he'll stand a little far. He'll stand a little far and he'll be like observing how many exits, how many entrances, where can I get what. The thieves are not very social people. They are always little secluded and trying to make plans. So Raghunath Das Goswami was little bit standing little secluded from the association of devotees, wondering about his spiritual life, thinking how to get mercy. And then he had not yet attained the mercy of Lord Nithyananda. So Lord Nithyananda called him a thief. And then he forcibly caught him. He was not coming. He called him, he said, no, I'll not come. But then he forcibly got him and then put his feet on the head of Raghunath Das. How many of you would like that to happen with you? That somewhere Lord Nithyananda should catch you and put his feet on your head. I see not all of you are raising your hands. Come on. If not this, then it's going back to Godhead is the worst hope. So Lord Nithyananda, he put his feet on the head of Raghunath Das. And then he told him that you're a thief and now I shall punish you. And that's how this Danda Mahotsav or the Panihati celebrations began. He said, you are just like a thief, for instead of coming near, you stay away at a distant place. Now I have captured you and I shall punish you. I order you to make a festival and feed all my associates yogurt and chipped rice, Chida and Dahi. Why Lord Nithyananda did this? It's very important to understand. In fact, it will become more and more clear as we go further. So Raghunath Das, as soon as he heard this, he was very rich. And he got an opportunity to use his riches and his father's riches in the service of the Lord. So he immediately sent for so many men to purchase different kinds of chida, different kinds of yogurt, different kinds of hundreds and thousands of small pots were being purchased, big pots, small pots, different ingredients which you need for making various kinds of vegetables and yogurt, and everything was being purchased. It is said that Raghunath Das bought chipped rice, yogurt, milk, sweetmeats, sugar, bananas, and other eatables and placed them all around. Now, all of you have assembled here because you saw some message on WhatsApp. You saw some, many of you got some calls to please come for this session. Some, we also have social media presence on Facebook and Instagram. Maybe you saw there. But what was there at that time? No WhatsApp, no YouTube, no live. Am I doing this session live? Yeah. So no live, nothing. But still, thousands and thousands of people assembled there. How is it possible? The word of mouth can also not spread so fast. Within moments, thousands of people came there. Do you think all of them were hungry that they assembled? I have not eaten from 10 days, let me go. Nithyananda Prabhu is there, he's ordered Chida Dahi festival. No. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattah smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Krishna, specifically speaking, Lord Nithyananda is seated as Paramatma in everybody's heart. And he inspired many, many people to come to that place, just to increase the fortune of Raghunath Das. Mostly all of them who were coming there were devotees. So he increased the fortune of Raghunath Das by giving him an opportunity to serve the devotees first. And that's what we'll see as we read forward. So, seeing the crowd increasing, Raghunath Das arranged to get more eatables from the villages, and he also brought 200 to 400 large round earthen pots. And then many other pots he obtained. Now you please listen what was happening there. In one place, chipped rice was being soaked in hot milk in each of the large pots. There were many, many hundreds of large pots, and in milk, chipped rice was being soaked. Then half the rice was mixed with yogurt, sugar, and bananas. The other half was mixed with condensed milk and a special type of banana known as champa kala. Sugar and ghee and camphor were added. And then such nice Chida Dahi was being made. And after that, Lord Nithyananda he changed his clothes, and then he came and was seated under a very big tree, actually, on a raised kind of a platform. So on that platform, many of the important associates of Lord Nithyananda were sitting. So the names are mentioned: Ramdas, Sundarananda, Gadadhar Das, Murari, Kamalakar, Sadashiv, Purandar, Dhananjaya, Jagadish, Parmeshwar Das, Mahesh, Gauri Das, and Hoda Krishna Das, Udharana Datta Thakur, etc., etc. If we start speaking about these people, to speak about each of them, we need at least one session. But I found some reference in another place. I've just opened and kept it here. Who are these people? I had opened and kept. And there is a very nice description about the identity of all these names, which I just took. Yes. So here is a reference from Chaitanya Bhagavat, which says who these people were in very brief. Lord Nithyananda, as he was seated there, he was displaying his original mood as Krishna's elder brother Balrama. Krishna and Balram, along with their cowherd boyfriends, used to enjoy picnic on the banks of river Yamuna at Vrindavan. Some of the associates of Lord Nithyananda who took part in the festival were indeed cowherd boyfriends of Krishna. Ramdas is Sridham. Sundarananda is Sudama. Kamalakara is Mahabala. Dhananjaya is Vasudam. Parmeshwar Das is a friend of Krishna known as Arjuna. Mahesh is Mahabahu. Gauri Das is Subala. Udharana Datta Thakur is Subahu. So you see, all the associates of Lord Krishna, they are actually taking part in this Chaitanya Leela. So all these names which I just took, They are all the friends of Lord Krishna who have taken different names and have manifested themselves in Chaitanya Leela. And they are all sitting with. So therefore, Panihati, this place where this pastime happens, is considered non-different from Vrindavan. Because the experience which Lord Krishna and Balram sitting with the various cowherd boyfriends would have while taking their various meals, the same experience Lord Balram in the form of Lord Nithyananda was getting sitting with the other cowherd boyfriends whose names I just took. So, in that way, everybody was getting two earthen pots. In one earthen pot was chipped rice soaked in milk, and in the other it was soaked in yogurt and condensed milk also. So everybody had two pots, and the number of people was increasing like anything. It was unbelievably huge congregation there. So much so that the place where Lord Nithyananda was sitting became completely full. And then there was a big bank of Ganges. Even now, as you go to Panihati, that tree under which Lord Nithyananda caught Raghunath Das Goswami and placed his feet, that tree is there still. That bank is there. The house of Radha Pandit is there. So you can see all these places. So it's a very huge bank of Ganges. But even that got full. And everybody was sitting and nicely soaking their chipped rice and about to eat it. So much so that some people who didn't get placed to stand on the banks of Ganges, they went inside the Ganges. Half the body was in Ganges. And they were having 2 pots of Chida Dahi in their hand and they were about to eat. And Lord Nithyananda ordered that all of you should eat while chanting Hari Hari. Nobody was so much quiet. Hari Hari. Hari Hari. Hari Hari. Everybody was chanting Hari Hari and they were eating the chipped rice, one of yogurt and one of milk. And at that point of time, Lord Nithyananda, when he saw that everybody was blissfully engaged, actually elsewhere in the various other biographical records of such as Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is mentioned that Lord Nithyananda had stayed prior to this incident at least for 1 month in Panihati. And by his presence, the atmosphere in Panihati was exactly as the spiritual world. Everybody was submerged in ecstasy. So much so that even children of Panihati were so much in ecstasy due to the presence of the congregational chanting of Hare Krishna and due to the presence of Lord Nithyananda that even children were not eating or drinking anything for days together. The children would go out running around with Lord Nithyananda, and Lord Nithyananda would also be running around with the children like a child. And these children would not eat, sleep also. And parents were also not in anxiety because parents were also running around. So that was the atmosphere of Panihati. And then when Lord Nithyananda saw that everybody was submerged in ecstasy, it is said that the taste, the nectar of that Chida Dahi was so great that everybody forgot that they have a body also. They were completely in ecstasy. They didn't know what is going on. When everybody was in that stage of consciousness, completely immersed in the love of God, and when everybody was at the zenith of experiencing Krishna, and when the whole universe was resounding by the loud chants of Hari Hari, Hari, Hari. At that time Lord Nithyananda decided to call Lord Chaitanya there. So he meditated upon Lord Chaitanya and Lord Chaitanya immediately came there. So this is the power of Lord Nithyananda. The Chaitanya Charitamrita says that who can estimate the power of Lord Nithyananda? He can bring Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, anywhere and everywhere, wherever he wants. So you see, Lord Chaitanya or Lord Krishna is not anybody's servant. He will not listen to anyone, but his devotees. So you can imagine the kind of devotion which Lord Nithyananda or Lord Balram has for Krishna or Lord Chaitanya. So much so that whenever he just tells, please come here, immediately he comes. So as soon as Lord Chaitanya came there, he showed him that, see, everybody is in so much bliss here. And then after that, often Lord Nithyananda would do things which no one would understand. So again, he continued his same normal avadhuta tendency. He got up and he started taking some morsel of Chida Dahi from everybody's pot, and then he would bring it up, and as soon as he would bring it up, it would vanish. It would look like some magic, like I'm taking some ball here and I take it up and it vanishes. Another ball, I take it and it vanishes. Nobody was able to understand what is going on. People are thinking some madness Lord Nithyananda is displaying, but actually he was taking each and every morsel from the pot of each and every devotee and pushing it in the mouth of Lord Chaitanya. Those who were fortunate, they were able to see this. And Lord Chaitanya was also picking up morsels from the pots of different devotees and pushing it into the mouth of Lord Nithyananda. And as this was happening, both the brothers were very happy, in tears, crying, and in ecstasy. And Srila Prabhupada writes in the purports that by this activity, Lord Nithyananda converted the entire thing to prasadam, and direct prasadam of Lord Chaitanya. So such transcendental pastimes were going on the banks of this Panihati, banks of Ganges. At that time, one very exalted devotee called Raghav Pandit came there. Raghav Pandit is not an ordinary person. Srimati Radharani personally cooks in the kitchen of Raghav Pandit. So therefore, it is said that whenever and wherever, yada, after that, not adharmasya, but whenever and wherever Raghav Pandit is cooking, at that place, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nithyananda are personally present to accept whatever they are cooking. And Raghav Pandit's cooking is not like everyday, rice, dal, roti, and sabzi. Just like Srimati Radharani does not cook the same dish again for Krishna, similarly, Raghav Pandit wouldn't repeat a dish. There was unlimited. The Chaitanya Charitamrita says that nobody could understand the number and the variety of delicacies which Raghav Pandit would offer to Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nithyananda. So much so that Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nithyananda would personally come in the house of Raghav Pandit, and sometimes Lord Chaitanya would allow Raghav Pandit to see that, yes, I have come and I am accepting your bhoga. Sometimes Raghav Pandit could see it also personally. Doesn't matter if Lord Chaitanya is doing some Sankirtan pastimes as a sannyasi in Puri, doesn't matter. Every day he would come to Panihati and accept prasad in the house of Raghav Pandit. Lord Chaitanya was a very strict sannyasi. And a sannyasi should never collect anything. But whenever the sister of Raghav Pandit called Damayanti, whenever she used to make some snacks and send, immediately Lord Chaitanya used to say, keep it in Gambhira. Keep it in my room. Lord Chaitanya is not greedy, but he is greedy for the love with which these brother and sister, they cook. So if anybody wants to learn how to cook for Radha and Krishna, read the pastimes of Raghav Pandit and Damayanti. So that Raghav Pandit, he came there. So whenever he would offer the bhoga, he would make one plate for Radha and Krishna, or Krishna in the altar, and then 2 other plates he would make for Lord Nithyananda and Chaitanya. 3 plates every time he would offer. So he's offering, and this time he's seeing that the plates are not getting, his offering was a little different from our offering. When we offer, we get back whatever. It's transcendental. Krishna has eaten everything also, but still we get back also everything. But Raghav Pandit's offering was a little different. When he would offer something to Krishna, he would get back only empty plates. So he's offered in his house and nothing is happening. So Raghav Pandit understood that some pastime is going on somewhere. So he started looking around. Where is Lord Nithyananda? And then he found him on the banks of Ganges, surrounded by thousands of people, eating very nicely. So Raghav Pandit says to Lord Nithyananda, for you, sir, I have already offered food to the deity, but if you are engaged in a festival here, the food lying there is untouched. So Lord Nithyananda said, let me eat all the food here during the day and I shall eat at your home at night. And then he says, I belong to the community of cowherd boys. And therefore, I generally have many cowherd associates with me. I'm happy when we eat together in a picnic like this by the sandy bank of river. And then Lord Nithyananda made Raghav Pandit sit down and 2 pots were delivered to him. And then he also started eating very nicely. These are the pastimes of Lord Nithyananda. And then he brought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his meditation at that place. Why was he doing all this? Just to have fun with Lord Chaitanya? No. Raghunath Das Goswami was trying to attain the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, and he was somehow not being successful, because without the desire of Lord Chaitanya, nobody can attain the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. So just to ensure that Raghunath Das would attain the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, he forced Lord Chaitanya to come there, and he forced Lord Chaitanya to eat that Chida Dahi, which was arranged by Raghunath Das, so that Raghunath Das gets some devotional credits. And acceptance of that Chida Dahi by Lord Chaitanya was the symbol of Raghunath Das being accepted by Lord Chaitanya. Who could do this? Only Lord Nithyananda. So therefore, those who are not able to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, by the mercy of Lord Nithyananda, Lord Nithyananda can ensure that you get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And then this pastime continues, and everybody is absorbed in ecstatic love. And Raghunath Das is very busy. He's the festival coordinator. So he has no time to see all these things. He has probably heard all these things from others later on. He is so busy. The number of people are increasing. And the people who are making the prasadam, they are getting anxiety. How to handle this? So Raghunath Das Goswami is constantly purchasing more and more Chida Dahi. And the other vendors from other villages are also coming and putting their stalls there. That let's see how much business we get today. And Raghunath Das, being a very, very kind merchant, being very, very kind businessman, anybody who came there, no bargaining, no discussion, immediately he'll purchase everything which they have brought. And after that, he would tell, come and accept some prasad. The same thing which you are bringing, we'll make it into prasad and we'll offer. So after that, both these brothers, surrounded by so many other devotees, pure devotees, who are actually in Krishna Leela, they finished everything. And then Lord Nithyananda, just to bless Raghunath Das Goswami, left little bit prasad in his pots. So one Brahmana, he took the remnants of Lord Nithyananda and he started distributing to everybody. Everybody who was there got the remnants of Lord Nithyananda. Just imagine, such great fortune. And then a Brahmana brought a big garland and placed it on Nithyananda Prabhu's neck, started smearing his body with sandalwood pulp. And in this way, the pastime continued, so much so that the party continued in the house of Raghav Pandit later on in the evening. And it is mentioned here, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was observing the dancing of Lord Nithyananda Prabhu in the house of Raghav Pandit. And by seeing the dancing of the devotees along with Lord Nithyananda, he accepted prasadam later on. The dancing of Lord Nithyananda Prabhu, like the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, cannot be compared to anything within these three worlds. No one can properly describe the sweetness of Lord Nithyananda's dancing. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally comes to see it. So there are three places where Lord Chaitanya is personally present always, you can be sure of it. Number one, any place where Lord Nithyananda is dancing. So Lord Chaitanya is personally standing somewhere and singing. Any place where Raghav Pandit and his dear sister Damayanti, they are cooking. So Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nithyananda are personally present there. And also any place where Sri Sachi Mata, the mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is cooking, Lord Chaitanya is always personally there. Now, where is Lord Nithyananda dancing right now? Sorry? Raghav Pandit's house now, in the pastime. But exactly speaking, right now, where is he dancing? Wherever the glories of Lord Chaitanya are being spread, discussed, and wherever people are simply sitting together, clapping their hands and chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Anybody, even with a little of faith, drop of faith, iota of faith, if they clap their hands and they chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Lord Nithyananda becomes so happy that he starts dancing. So wherever and whenever, these glories of Lord Chaitanya are being spread, so much so that people are dancing. That's why when we do the Aarti after this session in the end, and when we do Sankirtan, we recommend that everybody should dance in front of the altar. Because Lord Chaitanya, you see, he went to the house of Raghav Pandit and saw the devotees dancing. So when we dance in a nightclub, we go to hell. We lose money and we lose so many other things after that. But when you dance in the front of the deities, simply by this dancing, you go back to Godhead. Dance your way back to Godhead. So this dancing and that dancing is very much different. So when you dance in front of the deities, you are burning your past samskaras. You are burning millions and millions of lifetimes of impious activities. And Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nithyananda, who are there in the altar, they are so pleased to see you. Anybody who raises their hand, no matter how much duplicity and no matter how much contamination they have in their heart, please listen. Anybody who raises their hand in front of the Panchatattva, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and dances, irrespective of what kind of degraded people they are, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nithyananda bestow their merciful glance on that person and the material life of that person becomes finished. So therefore, we recommend that everybody should dance in front of the deities. Will you all dance today? Thank you very much. Very, very faint yes. They are thinking, I'll see others maybe, how they are dancing. So, wherever and whenever Lord Chaitanya's glories are being spread, Lord Nithyananda being mercifully comes there and starts dancing, and Lord Chaitanya also comes there. So wherever and whenever, when devotees congregate and chant Hare Krishna, both Gaur Nitai are there. This we can assure you. And then, in this way, he gives his blessings to Raghunath Das. And then the party later continues in the house of Raghav Pandit. And there is a very nice description of how beautiful the devotional offerings which Raghav Pandit had made. But there is an important point which I want to cover here. In the morning, after taking his bath in the Ganges, Nithyananda Prabhu sat down with his associates beneath the same tree under which he had previously sat yesterday on the banks of Ganges. At that time, Raghunath Das, after seeing the wonderful pastimes of Panihati and after seeing the wonderful pastimes in the house of Raghav Pandit, he is now again in the morning standing in front of Lord Nithyananda in the same place under the same tree on this, when Lord Nithyananda is sitting on the same rock. He goes there, Raghunath Das went there and worshipped the Lord Nithyananda's lotus feet through Raghav Pandit. He submitted his desire. So one can think that I am so fortunate, Lord Nithyananda has put his feet on my head. I am so fortunate that for me, Lord Chaitanya has been asked to come and accept the offering which I am making. I am so fortunate by the mystical influence of Lord Nithyananda. I have served millions of Vaishnavas yesterday. The whole place became a Vrindavan. Somehow I became a part of the pastimes of the Lord. I should directly go and talk to Lord Nithyananda. What's wrong in it? No. Raghunath Das did not do that. He had some submissions for Lord Nithyananda, but he mentioned those submissions to Raghav Pandit. And through Raghav Pandit, he communicated to Lord Nithyananda what he wants or what he requests. So this is the mood in which we should serve Krishna. One should not have an aspiration to directly serve Krishna. One should have an aspiration to become a servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. Then your service is bona fide and then it is accepted. Through Raghav Pandit, he submitted his desire. It's very safe, you know. One may have a very stupid desire. But if you tell a devotee that this is my desire, can you please pray for me? The devotee may see your desire is a very stupid desire. He may just slap you, you fool. Why are you having such a desire? Purification of heart will happen. It's always safe when you keep consulting with devotees, when you keep consulting, even if you are 100% sure about what you are doing. I repeat, even if you are 100% sure about what you are doing, consult the seniors, consult the devotees still. And through devotees only, you can access what Lord Krishna wants you to do. Similarly, through devotees only, you should express your desire towards Krishna. This reminds me of a pastime. When Srila Prabhupada was busy creating in the Radha Damodar Mandir, when he was writing the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, There were some kind of Bhagavad schools at that time in Vrindavan also, where great scholars from all over India would assemble. And Srila Prabhupada, with all humility, one day took his first edition of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then he presented it that somehow by the mercy of my spiritual master, I have been able to compile the commentaries of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara in this Bhagavatam. He said that this Bhagavatam is traveling to America. He didn't say I'm going. He said this Bhagavatam is traveling to America. I request all the Vaishnavas sitting here to kindly bless this book so that its journey is not troublesome. So even Srila Prabhupada would feel that he needs the blessings of the Vaishnavas. He was not directly praying to Krishna that I want to come to New York via the Boston Harbor. Please help me. No. He was standing in front of the devotees, his god brothers, and various other people, and he was praying to them that you please bless so that this book successfully reaches the American soil and it makes an impact. And this transcendental message of Vasudeva penetrates the hard hearts of people. So this is the process of Krishna consciousness. This consciousness is called Krishna consciousness, where a devotee goes to other devotees and prays, requests them to bless, requests them to pray for him. Then that is a bona fide way to reach your prayer to Krishna. If you really want your desire to reach Krishna, go to a devotee and reveal your mind to that devotee. Request him to bless you. Request him or her to pray for you. Then you can be sure that Krishna has heard you. So therefore, the same thing Raghunath Das showed here by his personal example. And then he made the following prayer. So this prayer is very important. I request all of you to hear properly. He says, I am the lowest of men, the most sinful, fallen and condemned. Nevertheless, I desire to attain the shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Raghunath Das? He is there in the altar right now. The 6 Goswamis standing, one of them is Raghunath Das. We are worshipping him daily. Do you think he is lowest of the men? He received the mercy of Lord Nithyananda. He received the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. He served all the Vaishnavas. All of them have blessed him. Do you think he is the most sinful person? Do you think he is the most fallen person? He has given up opulences like Indra and his beautiful spouse, and he has come to take shelter of Lord Chaitanya. Do you think he is the most sinful and the most fallen person? So why is he telling that I am the most condemned person? This is the way a pure devotee thinks. Now, if you are saying that I have seen Krishna and I'm the highest amongst men, I'm the most scholarly, I'm the most pious, I'm the most elevated, and you are the most condemned. If you talk like this, you are not a pure devotee of Krishna. Wherever there is love of God, the devotee thinks that he does not have even a drop of love of God. This is the nature of love of God. So if somebody is saying, I have seen Krishna, or if somebody is saying, I have achieved Krishna, if at all you meet someone who has said, I have achieved the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, then you can ensure that he has not achieved the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. If somebody is saying, yesterday I was engaged in some internal or very confidential pastimes with Krishna, immediately we should leave that place. There are some people who speak like this. One day, I met one person, he was telling me the following. Today in the morning, after finishing my morning duties, I came to my room and I saw Krishna was there. And immediately Krishna engaged with me in some personal pastimes. He was throwing flowers at me. Just listen. He's telling me all these things. And then he did various things with me, which I cannot tell you. But at that time, somehow the security guard came in. And he took the darshan of Krishna. And then he became crazy. Then he resigned his job here. He went back to his village. He could not bear the separation from Krishna. Once after seeing Krishna, he didn't feel like seeing anything else. So he committed suicide. This is all a bogus story. Because somebody who is seeing Krishna will never tell that I have seen Krishna. If let's say one husband and wife, if they have had some nice, intimate dealings with each other, will they go and publicize everywhere? Yesterday, my husband held my hand. I was so happy. And after that, I cannot tell you what happened. Yesterday, I held the hand of my wife. And after that, she did this. Will they come and tell you all this? So similarly, one who has got an experience of Krishna, they will not feel like revealing it. So if people are there who are telling you, and just see, it is so difficult to attain Krishna. Manushyanam sahasrestu kaschid yaditi siddhaye, yadatam api siddhanam kaschid mam veti tatvata. Out of millions of people, one person thinks what is the success of life. And out of millions of people who are trying to attain the success of life, only one person becomes a devotee and actually attains Krishna. But this idiot security guard, as a matter of chance, he walked into the room, and as a matter of chance, he got darshan of Krishna, as a matter of chance, he attained Krishna, and as a matter of chance, he committed suicide. Committing suicide is very nice in Krishna consciousness, correct? If by committing suicide, somebody could get Krishna, one should commit 2000 suicides at every minute. But unfortunately, this is not Krishna consciousness. So you will find so many vultures in the name of Krishna consciousness sitting around you who are trying to befool you. And this will continue happening until you read the books of Srila Prabhupada. Until you don't know the philosophy, until you don't know the Shastra, you will live in a fool's paradise. And anybody and everybody will come and cheat you. Even if you go to Vrindavan, you are not safe. Even if you go to the Dham, there are people sitting there to cheat you in the name of devotional service. So therefore, Raghunath Das is teaching us that if you want to pray to Krishna, go to the devotees and pray in the following way, that I am the lowest of men, the most sinful, fallen and condemned. A pure devotee feels he is like that. He is not just saying it for formality. He really feels like that. However, he is not into depression. Once someone told me, Prabhuji, if I keep thinking like this, I'm the lowest of men, the most sinful, the most fallen, most condemned, I'll go into depression, Prabhu. But what is the difference between depression and Krishna consciousness? It's very contrasting to discuss this kind of difference. The difference is, see the next line of Raghunath Das. Nevertheless, I desire to attain the shelter of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Depression means I am the lowest of men, the most sinful, the most fallen, the most condemned. My situation is such that even Krishna cannot help me. This is depression. But if somebody is thinking I am the lowest of men, the most sinful, the most fallen, the most condemned, still, nevertheless, I want to attain the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. This consciousness is Krishna consciousness. Humility means to think less of oneself and more of Krishna. So Raghunath Das Goswami used to think and assess himself that, see, I am most fallen, most condemned, most sinful, etc., etc., etc. But then he used to spend more time thinking about the mercy of Lord Nithyananda. He used to spend more time thinking about the mercy of Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya. But a person in depression will think more of himself. And I am so fallen. I cannot do anything. I am hopeless. No one likes me. No one loves me. Where is the poison bottle? They will not think about Krishna. So this is the difference between Krishna consciousness and depression. And then he says, like a dwarf who wants to catch the moon, I have tried many times, but I have never been successful. Every time I tried to go away, giving up my relationships, my mother and father unfortunately kept me bound. No one can attain the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without your mercy. But if you are merciful, even the lowest men can attain the shelter of his lotus feet. Although Lord Nithyananda, I am unfit and greatly afraid. Although I am unfit and greatly afraid to submit this plea, I nevertheless request you, sir, to be especially merciful towards me and grant me the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what did Lord Nithyananda do after that? Immediately caught him and put his feet on his head again. So placing his feet on his head, he again gave him the benediction that may you achieve the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without difficulty. Haribol. How many of you want to attain the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya? Please raise your hands. So Nithyananda Prabhu is here. And if you sincerely feel from the depths of your heart that you are sinful, fallen and condemned, you please pray. If you do not feel like this, then don't pray. No problem. But if you really feel that you are really suffering the cycles of birth, death, old age and disease, lifetime after lifetime, you're looking for a genuine relationship filled with love, but you have not got till now. If you really feel that you have been cheated by Maya, who always over promises and under delivers, if you really feel that you have been serving ungrateful, jealous masters in the name of society, loved ones, if you really feel that you have been cheated in this whole endeavor of life, and this has been happening lifetime after lifetime, and every time when you try to wake up to the reality of Krishna consciousness, the 6 jealous masters inside your heart, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya, they whip you and they bring you back into the materialistic existence. If you really feel that you are suffering in this way, please raise your hands in the air and chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nithyananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrind Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. And from the core of your heart, pray to Lord Nithyananda that enough is enough, my Lord. My condition is so bad. I'm in a world where everybody is crying. And I'm also crying. But I want to now start to cry for you instead of crying for myself and my selfish self and sense gratification. You please help me. So here it is said, after hearing this appeal by Raghunath Das, Lord Nithyananda Prabhu smiled. So the purpose of our life to do something so that Lord Nithyananda Prabhu smiles at us. And told all the devotees the following. Raghunath Das's standard of material happiness is equal to that of Indra, the king of heaven. Because of the mercy bestowed upon him by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunath Das, although situated in such material happiness, does not like it at all. So if you are very much enamored by your beauty, if you are very much enamored by your money, if you are very much enamored by your education, if you are very much enamored by your social influence and strength which you have, if you are very much enamored by all these high birth and name and fame, etc., which you have, that means you have not received the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. But if you are really understanding that all this is useless, I'm the king of the world, I own everything, but I have not got taste for chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that means my life is a waste. If you have this kind of a consciousness, that means you have got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Nithyananda is telling that even though he is situated in such material happiness, he does not like it at all. Therefore, let every one of you be merciful toward him and give him the benediction that may he soon attain the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, Lord Nithyananda is God himself. If he blesses, that is enough. But why he is asking others to bless Raghunath Das Goswami? In front of Lord, why do you need the blessings of the devotees? Yes. Krishna lies in the heart of the devotees. So if a devotee blesses someone, Krishna is forced to give mercy to that person out of turn. Suppose your turn to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is 100 lifetimes. Suppose. But if a devotee of Lord Chaitanya blesses you, then immediately you will get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So Nithyananda Prabhu not only raised the fortune of Raghunath Das by engaging him in serving all the Vaishnavas first, then serving himself. Then he brought Lord Chaitanya and forced Lord Chaitanya to accept his service. Now he is forcing all the devotees to bless Raghunath Das Goswami. See how much fortunate one becomes if they take shelter of Lord Nithyananda. So imagine if you also approach Lord Nithyananda and pray to him. Do you think he will not give you this kind of treatment? He will give you the same. So, if you have got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, these will be your mood.
One who experiences the fragrance of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna once does not even value the standard of happiness available in Brahmaloka, the topmost planet, and what to speak of heavenly happiness. So if you are 17 years old, suppose you are 17 years old, those who are 57 years old, you can appreciate this. Somebody is 67 years old also, 77 maybe. So suppose you have a 17-year-old body, free of diseases, very fit. And in that 17-year-old body, you own the entire planet. You can do everything, you can get everything, you can command anything. Imagine the kind of happiness which you will experience. Multiply this happiness by 100 times. That is the happiness which Gandharvas are experiencing. Multiply the happiness of Gandharvas by 100 times. That is the happiness which demigods are experiencing. Multiply the happiness which the demigods are experiencing by 100 times. That is the happiness which Indra is experiencing. Multiply the happiness of Indra by 100 times. That is the happiness which the great sages in Taplok and Maharlok are experiencing. Multiply the happiness of the great sages by 100 times. That is the happiness which the 4 Kumaras are experiencing. And multiply the happiness of the 4 Kumaras 100 times. That is the happiness which Lord Brahma is experiencing. Multiply the happiness of Lord Brahma by 100 times. That is the happiness which one experiences when they go into the Brahma Jyoti, the impersonal effulgence of the Lord. That happiness is not equal to one drop of happiness which a devotee of Lord Nithyananda is experiencing as he is chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. So therefore it is said, one who experiences the fragrance of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna once does not value the standard of happiness available in Brahmaloka, what to speak of Swargaloka. So how many of you want to go to Swarga? Please raise your hand. Okay, some people are raising their hand. We are offering you Golok Vrindavan. Sometimes people on their way back home, back to Godhead, they end up in Swarga, because of such improper understanding. That's all. So, then Lord Nithyananda Prabhu called Raghunath Das near him, placed his lotus feet on Raghunath Das and began to speak. My dear Raghunath Das, since you arranged the feast on the banks of Ganges, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here just to show you his mercy. He is not telling that I called. He is telling because you arranged. So Lord Chaitanya came here. By his causeless mercy, he ate the chipped rice. He is not saying that I pushed in the mouth of Lord Chaitanya the chipped rice. By his causeless mercy, he ate the chipped rice and milk. Then after seeing the dancing of the devotees at night, he took his supper. How many of you will dance today? Please raise your hands. Lord Chaitanya will see it actually. So after seeing the dancing of the devotees at night, he took supper. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Gaur Hari came here to personally deliver you. Now rest assured that the impediments meant for your bondage are gone. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will accept you and place you under the charge of his secretary, Swarup Damodar. You will become one of the most confidential internal servants and will attain the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Being assured of all this, return to your own home. Very soon, without impediments, you will attain the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is the mercy of Lord Nithyananda, and that is the Panihati festival which we are celebrating today. This festival symbolizes that anybody, irrespective of who they are, can attain the lotus feet of Lord Nithyananda's mercy. They can attain the lotus feet of Lord Nithyananda mercy. There is inconceivable hope and unlimited prospect in the mercy of Lord Nithyananda. And if you approach him, you can approach the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. And having approached the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, you can attain the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. So this festival of Panihati symbolizes, just like how Panihati became Vrindavan and everybody was feeling we are on the banks of Ganges. And Krishna and Balram in the form of Chaitanya and Nithyananda started doing their pastimes. And the common public became a part of that pastime of Vrindavan by the mercy of Lord Nithyananda. So similarly, anybody can enter the pastimes of Krishna and experience Vrindavan in the core of their heart by celebrating this Panihati festival and by taking the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Nithyananda and by sincerely praying to the devotees, requesting blessings of the devotees. That is the message. This Panihati festival brings unlimited hope, unlimited prospect, inconceivable hope in everybody's life. That everybody can attain Lord Chaitanya. Even if they don't have the qualification to do it, even if they have so many impediments, they can do so. Why? Because Lord Nithyananda is there. So that is the central core theme of this message. Now, a question to all of you. How many of you want to achieve the mercy of Lord Nithyananda? Please raise your hands. I'm just seeing who is not raising. As I said, Mataji is like, I'm raising. Actually, Mataji has already attained, so that's why she is not raising. So, I will tell you one short way of attaining the mercy of Lord Nithyananda. Anybody who follows the instructions of Lord Chaitanya implicitly gets the mercy of Lord Nithyananda. As I said, any place where Gauranga Mahaprabhu is being glorified, any place where his name, form, qualities and pastimes are being sung, where the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is being chanted, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nithyananda are there. Wherever there is Sankirtan happening, Mahaprabhu and Panchtattva are there. So Mahaprabhu has ordered, Dasha Panche Mili, Nija Dware Te Basiya, Kirtana Karo Ho Sabe, Hathe Tali Diya. Lord Chaitanya told, I want 5 or 10 of you to sit together on your doorsteps and chant the holy names congregationally, clapping your hands. So he has told that make smaller groups of 10 people, chant Hare Krishna, clap your hands. This is the order of Lord Chaitanya. So therefore, following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya and trying to fulfill his desire, we have come up now, as you know, that today is the Gita course finale. And the Gita course is ending today. So we have requested all of you to become very dear to Lord Nithyananda by taking part in a systematic method of rendering devotional service called as the Bhakti-Vriksha System. I think you know the meaning of the word Bhakti. Vriksha means tree. We all have a devotional creeper. There is a small creeper in our heart, Bhakti Lata. And the aim of our life is to protect that Bhakti Lata in the association of devotees, protect it from the mad elephant offense of doing Vaishnava Aparadh, nourish it, and then become a part of the tree of Lord Chaitanya. There is a very nice description where Lord Chaitanya says that he represents himself as a tree. He says, I am the branches, I am the trunk, I am the leaves, I am the flowers, I am the fruits, and I am the gardener also. There are so many fruits here of love of God. He says, I order everybody to become Krishna conscious, first of all. And then I want all of you to help me to distribute this love of God, these fruits to everybody. So therefore, somehow we have to become a part of that Vriksha of Chaitanya. And in the same time, safeguard our own devotional creeper. And this whole system is called as Bhakti-Vriksha. This Bhakti-Vriksha is a systematic study. Till now, what we did was a class kind of a thing, where one person lectures, others sit and hear. If there are any doubts, they ask. But I'm your lecturer from the last 9 months or so. I don't know everybody's names also. I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know how many rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra are you chanting. I don't know what you have read. I don't know if you have a Bhagavad Gita also or not. I don't know if you have a Japmala also or not. Such is my pathetic situation. So therefore, in this kind of a setup, it is not possible to ensure or guarantee the growth of a person. See, you have all raised your hands saying that you want to attain the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. There's no doubt about it. But I cannot ensure you that you will attain if we continue this kind of a setup, because I don't know what's happening in your life and I cannot guide you also in this way. In the Rath Yatra festival in Puri, there were 7 kirtan parties and Lord Chaitanya expanded himself into 7 forms and did kirtan simultaneously in 7 places. I cannot do that. I cannot simultaneously be on call with all of you. I cannot be simultaneously tracking how many rounds you're chanting. I cannot be simultaneously guiding you in your Krishna consciousness. No. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya said, Dasha Pacha Mili Nije Dwarete Basiya. 5 or 10 of you, not more. Sit together where? Not in the center necessarily, at your own houses. Nija Dwarete. At your own footsteps, at the footsteps of your own house. You sit there. And then clap your hands and chant Hare Krishna. So that is the Bhakti-Vriksha system. We bring in 10, 15 devotees together, 5, 10, 15 devotees together. And then we decide, okay, this is the house, this is the place which is nearby to all of us. We'll meet there once a week. We'll come there, we'll read about the glories of the holy names of the Lord. We'll chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra together by clapping our hands. We'll read systematically some book of some Bhagavad Gita, some Bhagavatam, some books of Srila Prabhupada. We'll focus on how to preach to others. We'll get trained as preachers. And enough of hearing classes. We want to have a discussion group. So therefore, this Bhakti-Vriksha is not a class environment. It is a discussion forum where everybody reads, everybody hears, everybody contributes in the discussion, everybody chants together. Everybody does service together. Somebody brings the printouts of the Bhakti-Vriksha module. Somebody brings flowers for the altar. Somebody brings, somebody rolls the mat. Somebody takes attendance. So everybody has some seva. So to progress in Krishna consciousness, you need to do sadhana as well as seva. Now, how many of you who are sitting here have got some opportunity to do some service here? Please raise your hands. Less than 5%. So how you will progress? But when you become a part of the Bhakti-Vriksha, you get opportunity to do some seva. So you progress. And your sadhana will also be ensured. If you are not chanting, somebody from the Bhakti-Vriksha will ask, you're not chanting only, what are you doing? So you will feel some peer pressure. Yesterday I chanted 4 rounds. How many you did? Last 4 days I didn't chant. Oh, please chant. So that peer pressure will be there a little bit. And then you'll be able to freely discuss. The Bhakti-Vriksha servant leader will have a relationship with you. They will call you. Sometimes they'll visit your houses if you allow them to. And then they'll share some prasad with you. They'll teach you the basics, how to offer bhoga to Krishna, how to set up an altar at your house, how to chant Hare Krishna, how to overcome the problems which you have. See, people from the renounced order like me, they cannot understand the problem which the Grihasthas are going. Honestly speaking, I have no experience on it. So if you have some problem, first of all, you will feel little, why to tell all this to Prabhuji? But your Bhakti-Vriksha servant leaders are also Grihasthas like you. They know what it takes to be a family man or a family woman. They know what it takes to be Krishna consciousness, to practice Krishna consciousness surrounded by materialistic relatives. So they have gone through all these things. So therefore they are experienced and they can actually help you in each and every aspect of Krishna consciousness. And who are these servant leaders? They are previous year Gita course students. Next year, all of you will become acharyas. So that is my idea, that every year we attend some Gita course. We choose those who are sincere and enthusiastic. We train them to become Bhakti-Vriksha servant leaders. And then next year, I'll be giving the same if I'm alive and if I'm practicing. Actually, I don't want to give the talk next year. I want students to take over this Gita course. I want students to give lectures. So, we have created a system where we have chosen those of you who have shown sincerity in attendance, those of you who showed sincerity of purpose, those who were very enthusiastic in coming to these sessions, either online or physically. And we have made some small groups. And we have assigned some previous year students who have been trained already as Bhakti-Vriksha servant leaders who will assist you. So there is I call this Bhakti-Vriksha system as a personality development course, Krishna Conscious Personality Development course. In 1 year, you will know everything about devotional service. You'll know everything about the Vaishnava etiquette. You'll know everything about Krishna consciousness in one way. If you sincerely attend these Bhakti-Vrikshas, I can assure you that within 1 year, you'll be chanting at least 12 to 16 rounds, not by pressure, but out of individual, spontaneous and voluntary feelings which you will get. I can assure you that you will be qualified enough to come and worship the Lord in this center. I can assure you that you will distribute the books very nicely. I can assure you that you'll be able to speak about the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita very confidently to anyone and everyone. I can assure you that you will become a representative of Srila Prabhupada if you attend this Bhakti-Vriksha. So therefore, it is Lord Chaitanya's desire that make smaller groups and continue Krishna consciousness. And anybody who does this will get the mercy of Lord Nithyananda. So I just want to ask once more, how many of you want mercy of Lord Nithyananda? Some people are not raising hands. Yes. So therefore, you should be a part of this Bhakti-Vriksha system. Trust me, it's the best thing which can happen. It is more productive than this Gita course also. In this Gita course, the objective was to build the faith. In level 1, we were trying to build the faith. In level 2, we were trying to bring you together so that you become used to this association of devotees, sadhu sangha. But the next stage of bhakti is bhajan kriya, sadhana and seva. That is not possible here. That is possible only when there is some kind of friendly monitoring, friendly pushing. Please do something. Please chant Hare Krishna. Please come to the sessions. Please start offering prasadam, bhoga to Krishna. So only when somebody keeps pushing you a little bit, you'll do. So bhajan kriya will start in the Bhakti-Vriksha. And once you enter the Bhakti-Vriksha, then anartha nivritti, the stage where all the anarthas will start disappearing from your heart, will begin. And then one day you'll be firmly fixed in Krishna consciousness, nishtha. And at that day, when you are fixed in Krishna consciousness, when you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When you chant like this, your mind will not wander anywhere. And all you will do is hear this sound vibration. How many of you want to attain that kind of stage? That when you're chanting Hare Krishna, you cannot do anything except hear what you're chanting. How many of you want to reach that stage? For that, Bhakti-Vriksha is essential, Baba. If you don't enter Bhakti-Vriksha, thinking Gita course is over, my devotional life is over. Let me give my Bhagavad Gita to my neighbor or to the neighbor's wife. Then you will not attain the mercy of Lord Nithyananda. So you have to enter. So therefore, after a great deal of discussion and after a great deal of thought processes, discussing again and again and meditating again and again, we have come with a particular list. Can someone switch on the TV? So I'm going to display a list of names. Okay, I didn't want this to happen. But unfortunately, I'll be very quick in the display of this. I had requested my friend who was making the slides not to... Can you please switch it on? So he has displayed the names and numbers. So I'll pass it very quickly. Please don't think that these numbers will be seen by people on YouTube and spam calls will come. I don't think that will happen because these classes are very long. Everybody likes YouTube shorts. Nobody likes long videos. Huh? So we have made some Bhakti-Vrikshas and we have assigned some leaders. So the following people: Krishna Kumar, Santosh V, Neha, Lakshmi V, Khushbu, Raj Champaneria, Garima, Sampat Kumar and Jyoti. They have been put into Bhakti-Vriksha number 1, and they will be, their servant leaders will be Dilip Prabhu and Niveda Mataji. Are you here? Dilip Prabhu, Niveda Mataji, servant leaders. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, Niveda Mataji, can you please stand up? So this is your good wife of Dilip Prabhu. They will be guiding, assisting these devotees in Krishna consciousness. Please sit down. Thank you. Bhakti-Vriksha number 2, led by Deepmala Mataji and Chandra Prakash Prabhu. Deepmala Mataji is here. Please stand up. Chandra Prakash Prabhu is here. Somehow only Matajis are here today. Prabhus are, maybe you'll find them in the Bhakti-Vriksha. So Sumit Raj, Sakshi Bhatt, Parimal Roy, Deepak Sharma, Sudhakar, Ravindra Singh, Sudhindra Kalanji, Usha Venkateshwaran, and Shailza Jaspal. All of you can attend the Bhakti-Vriksha with Deepmala Mataji and Chandra Prakash Prabhu. So these devotees, leaders, they will contact you and they will discuss the next steps with you, okay? Some mistake in numbering. It should be Bhakti-Vriksha number 3, but it's written 4 here. So anyways, next Bhakti-Vriksha, led by Sangram Prabhu, Saraswati Mataji. Please stand up, Prabhu. Sangram Prabhu and Saraswati Mataji is here. She is inside the kitchen, no problem. So please sit down. So Jyotsna Sahu, Bhaswati Das, Kala Sampat Kumar, Sumant Mukherjee, Sumant B. Chandra, Nisha Tiwari, Kishore Tiwari, and Ranjit Paller Modi. All of you are there in the Bhakti-Vriksha number 4. I think I'm not sharing the screen online. I don't know if online people. Okay, it is not relevant to the online people. For online people, we have made separate Bhakti-Vrikshas, but still, okay. Very briefly, I will share. So that is okay. So this is Bhakti-Vriksha number 4 or number 3. And then there is another Bhakti-Vriksha 4, Bhakti-Vriksha number 4, led by Yogesh Prabhu and his wife. Are you here? Can you please stand up, Prabhu? Yogesh Prabhu and his wife, Ashwini Mataji. So we have requested Jaimit, you can be seated now. Jaimit, Shankar, Vinod Ellikal, Purushottamam, PN, Deepti Vahi, Divyesh Thakkar, Neelam Thakkar, Vasavi Amarnath, and Rayudu Kumari. We have requested all of them to attend the Bhakti-Vriksha led by Yogesh Prabhu and his wife. Now these 4 Bhakti-Vrikshas, they are physical Bhakti-Vrikshas. Okay. So, these Bhakti-Vriksha leaders will try to contact you and they will tell you, okay, we are assembling at this place. We have also taken into consideration your own personal area of stay. And these devotees also stay near your areas where you can come and assemble. But in this list, we have included the names of only those who had good attendance, whom we can trust that, yes, they will come. Now, there is one Bhakti-Vriksha which comprises of people from, this is Bhakti-Vriksha number 5, I think. This comprises only national and international people. And those who are in the other parts of the country and those who are internationally situated, because you have such a nice attendance and because you have shown such nice sincerity. So we have made a Bhakti-Vriksha, and your Bhakti-Vriksha is also not in Bangalore. She's in Chennai. But she's a very sincere devotee. So we thought it will be easy. She's also in some other part and the lead members are also in some other part. So it is a completely, the other 4 Bhakti-Vrikshas which I showed, they are physical Bhakti-Vrikshas. But this is an online Bhakti-Vriksha. Gunda Vijay Kumar, Raj Shekhar Gada, Shobha Dhanraj, Sumati Sridharan, Tanvi Mehta, Rita Pradeep Nair, Chitra Banerjee, Rasmita Bukhra, Achinta Tiwari, Biswa Pradhan, and Hiru Kriplani. I have purposely not included the names of some senior devotees who attend our classes like Ganga Shakti Mataji and all. If she desires, she can also join this international Bhakti-Vriksha, where the timings also will be taken care. Like somebody is attending from America, somebody is attending from India, somebody is from Germany, different parts of India, it will be taken care. So your leader is Prachi Parihar Mataji and her husband Vidhu Saxena. And this is another online Bhakti-Vriksha, Bhakti-Vriksha number 6. There are many people who are in Bangalore, but who are in very distant, remote parts of Bangalore, so much so that they cannot even come to this area. When we talked to them on phone, it appeared that it will be, considering the traffic of Bangalore, it will be a nightmare for them to come to the center or to come to these areas. So understanding their situation, some of them are very senior in age also. Some of them have no transport for facilities also. So we have made one online Bhakti-Vriksha strictly for those people of Bangalore who cannot travel and who are senior citizens. So Navya Jagdishachari, Lakshmi S, Pooja Krishna, Indranil Mitra, Samanvita Chaudhary, Niti Kansal, Namita Nayak, and Saroja K. You'll be, this is an online Bhakti-Vriksha happening here only in Bangalore, and these devotees will attend there. So these are the 6 Bhakti-Vrikshas which we have made. Now, I'm pretty sure those who are sitting here, maybe your names are not here. How many of you would like to achieve the mercy of Lord Nithyananda by participating in the Bhakti-Vrikshas? And if your name is not here, and if you want to attend the Bhakti-Vriksha, please raise your hands. Okay, what's your name? Shivangi. Shivangi. Can somebody take names, please? Name and phone number. Without phone number, name is of no value. Just like without worshipping Lord Nithyananda, worshipping Lord Chaitanya has no value. Okay, so Shivangi. Yes. Pratap, name and number. Anybody else? Yes, Mataji. Already, if you are there in some Bhakti-Vriksha, don't raise your hand again. Yes. You are also there in some Bhakti-Vriksha already, na? Sit down. Bhaskaraya Prabhu is also there in Bhakti-Vriksha. Sit down. Yes. Mohan Prabhu. He is already there. Okay, take his name. 4 people. Anybody else? Yes, take her name. So all the names should come, huh? They should not get lost. Yes, anybody else? Nobody from the Prabhuji's. No, you're there in the youth group with me. Don't enter Bhakti-Vriksha. Yes, anybody else? From the gents side, people are telling that gents don't want to get the mercy of Lord Nithyananda, don't want to attain Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet, don't want to worship Radha and Krishna. What to do? So just for the Prabhuji sitting here, I have a transcendental offer to make. What to do? Karna padta hai. Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, if you do not make some offers, nobody will do bhakti also. So anybody who is ready to try this Bhakti-Vriksha out for 2 weeks, that means twice. So not 2 weeks, 2 months. 2 weeks is too short. 2 months means 8 times you'll attend the Bhakti-Vriksha, once every month, once every week. So anybody who wants to get the mercy of Lord Nithyananda and try out this Bhakti-Vriksha system, which is very well defined, very systematic, there is a syllabus made for it, week after week, and the same syllabus runs internationally in all the centers of ISKCON. You can imagine how methodical and structured it is. So anybody who would like to try this Bhakti-Vriksha out for 2 months, and if your name is not already with us registered, I have an offer for you. In my hand is something called as Jagannath rice. I went to Jagannath Puri recently and I collected some rice which was offered to Jagannath. And I've packed it in a very hygienic way. It was first, in a very scriptural way, it was dried first. And then those dried offered rice particles to Jagannath directly is there in these small bags. Anything which is sattvic, if you mix these rice particles, there are 10,000 rice particles in this. We have counted. Huh? So if you mix 2 rice particles or 1 rice particle in something, it becomes immediately Jagannath Mahaprasad. No need to go to Puri also. You are getting Jagannath Mahaprasad in your house, you have it with you all the time. Whenever you are doing Ekadashi, you can break your fast with this Jagannath Mahaprasad. So anybody who has not yet registered their names for Bhakti-Vriksha, if you just want to try it, I'll lower the bar. If you want to try it for 1 month, then right now I'm ready to give you this Jagannath rice bag. which you can keep with you, with the promise that for 1 month you will try attending the Bhakti-Vriksha. Anybody wants this Jagannath rice bag? You have already registered your name. So and everybody who is attending Bhakti-Vriksha, I have the list of names. These many rice bags will go to the Bhakti-Vriksha leaders. First thing in the first Bhakti-Vriksha session only, those who are online will courier it to you. But anybody who is attending Bhakti-Vriksha will get this rice bag. Just see. It works. Please take his name. Prabhuji, Dilip Prabhu, can you get me more rice bags? I have 120 rice bags with me. Please come here, Prabhu. You'll come now to Bhakti-Vriksha. Come YouTube live. Come. Show your face. Yes, everybody is seeing it's online. Huh? What is your name now? Nikhilesh. He is receiving Jagannath Mahaprasad from our hand, and he is making a promise that at least for
1 month.
You'll try and see.
I'll definitely try.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, I have many more. Who wants Jagannath Mahaprasad? Take his name and number. Jagannath Mahaprasad with me. Who wants to take it home? If you don't want Jagannath Mahaprasad, it's up to you. Matajis. See, Prabhujis they got. Anybody who wants to see, this is very rare, you know. If a person is dying, you put one rice particle in their mouth, they go back home, back to Godhead. That is the power of this. Do not underestimate this. This is Jagannath Mahaprasad. Who wants this Jagannath Mahaprasad? You have to attend Bhakti-Vriksha for that. If your name is not already with us, and if you are smiling and thinking whether to take it or not, my advice is please take it. See, such kind of nectar is being offered. That is Kaliva. People don't want to take. Yes, I was waiting from, last 2 hours. Your name is Praful. I know your name also.
No, my wife's name is there, so because we used to give attendance one person in the
No, but you have to attend.
Definitely.
I know.
So I was thinking to ask.
I'm seeing you from the last 3 years,
Yeah.
But I want you to attend Bhakti-Vriksha. Please come. Full proof has to be there. Show your face. His name is Praful. Okay. I know where you live also. I know your address. So please take this Jagannath Mahaprasadam. Please take his name and number. He'll attend Bhakti-Vriksha. See, I don't want to take these Jagannath rice bags home. With so much effort, we have made these bags. Anybody who is online and who is not a part of the Bhakti-Vriksha, if you want to attend, please raise your hand. Just simply by raising your hand, we'll send you this to your home. If you want to attend. But I think everybody who's online, we have seen their names in the Bhakti-Vrikshas. Okay, anybody else? It's a very nice offer, Panihati offer. We are not asking even we're not even telling you give some donation for this. We are giving it for free, really free. Hare Krishna, you want this rice bag? Come. What's your name? Tejas. Come here. Yes, show your face to everybody. Yes, his name is Tejas. He'll be a part of the Bhakti. You'll attend Bhakti-Vriksha?
No.
You'll not attend?
No, he will attend. I will attend Bhakti-Vriksha, but this is the first time.
Oh, okay. He will attend, right? So you are his friend.
Yeah.
What is your name?
Suma.
Your name is there?
Yeah.
So you will bring him?
Exactly.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Please take his name and number. Ashok Vedanta Prabhu. Prabhuji, you had messaged me that you will come, but you didn't come. But still you are raising your hand. So one rice bag is for Ashok Vedanta Prabhu. I'm keeping it aside. Okay. Who wants more Jagannath rice? Who wants to attend Bhakti-Vriksha? All of your names are there. Is your name there in Bhakti-Vriksha? You don't want Mataji Jagannath? Then please come, no? Please come. Come. So, what is your name, Mataji? Asha. So, Asha Mataji, where do you stay? She stays in Shobha Amethyst. Shobha Amethyst is the hub. At least 10,000 of my students, they stay there. So, please don't leave her and ensure that she attends. Put her in some Bhakti-Vriksha which is close to Shobha Amethyst only. You'll attend Bhakti-Vriksha? Okay. Asha Mataji is attending Bhakti-Vriksha. Okay, only last 2 things. Good, we are very fortunate. See, now I have to become a little forceful. Please don't mind me. But this is how it works. Okay. Who else would like to have this Jagannath rice? Transcendental offer. Now I'm reducing the bar. Try to attend not even for 1 month, only for 2 weeks. Who wants this Jagannath rice? Mataji, is your name there in the list? आपका नाम है लिस्ट में? अच्छा ठीक. Mataji, you're not even looking at me. मेरा बस बात कर. Revati Mataji is a Bhakti-Vriksha Acharya already. Okay, last 5 minutes and then we end this session. Would you like to try? Yes, please come up. You're getting the mercy of Jagannath. No fear when Jagannath is here. See, my idea is to distribute 10 such bags so that we can start one more Bhakti-Vriksha. That is my idea. I'm telling you. Please come. Come. Give your proof. Pratyaksh Praman. What is your name? Puneet. Where do you stay? Sigahalli. We have a Bhakti-Vriksha leader in Sigahalli. Will you attend Bhakti-Vriksha? Please take this Jagannath rice and be happy forever after. Hare Krishna. Name and number. Please come. Please come. This is called online recruitment. And what is your name, Prabhu?
My name is
Shavik. Please give proof. Pratyaksh Praman. Your name is? Shavik. Where do you stay?
Mantri Global Heights.
Mantri Global Heights, very close by. Will you attend Bhakti-Vriksha?
Sure.
You're saying in front of the devotees.
Absolutely. Sure.
Jagannath rice for you. Please come. What to do, Kali Yuga, you have to do all this. Come. What is your name?
Guru Prasad.
Guru Prasad. Show your son's face also. He will attend youth classes which I take. What is the name of the son? Shivansh. Okay. Will you attend Bhakti-Vriksha?
No. First time.
No. Will you attend in future?
No. Will be.
You will attend, right?
Not attend.
Okay.
Planning to attend.
Planning to attend. That means in future you are planning to attend. Where do you said, so what is the challenge which you are facing? Like suppose if we announce the Bhakti-Vriksha next week, will you be able to come?
Yeah.
Okay. In that.
I already spoke to Mataji.
Okay. So he is ready, na? You take his name and number. Please take this Jagannath rice. One for your son also, because you brought your child. Anybody comes as husband and wife together, they'll get 2. Okay, next offer, husband-wife offer. If you attend as a couple, you'll get 2 Jagannath rice. Who would like to attend? Even if you're attending it for the first time, don't worry. Krishna will take care. Jagannath rice, please. Krishna Consciousness, mercy of Lord Nithyananda, mercy of Lord Chaitanya. All those who get this Jagannath rice will get 2 varieties of Chida Dahi today. Please come, take. So all those who are taking Jagannath rice, you'll get 2 varieties of Chida Dahi, and those who are not taking Jagannath rice, they'll get only 1 variety. Couple offer, yeah. Please come. Have you already enrolled in some Bhakti-Vriksha? Already recruited? Please come. If already recruited, but still you are new, then still you'll get. So 1 Jagannath rice for you. No, proof ka jarat nahi. Please take. Hare Krishna. Will you attend Bhakti-Vriksha? Thank you. You've got Jagannath rice, you should attend. Okay, last 40 Jagannath rice bags are there. Is there anyone who wants to get mercy of Lord Nithyananda and experience it once? See, in life we have experienced so many things. Experience this once. If it is not good, you go away. Who is stopping you? You are a Swatantra Jivatma anywhere. Who would like this Jagannath rice bag? Okay. Last 2 bags. After that, we end the session. We all have to go for prasad. Last 2 bags, please. Anybody? Have you enrolled in Bhakti? People sitting in, just check with your neighbors. Do you want rice bags? You are raising your hand. You are already in some Bhakti-Vriksha. So then why you want? So new people, is your name there, sir? Prabhuji? Is your name there in the Bhakti-Vriksha list? What is your name? Deepak, yeah. Is your name there? No. Is your name there? Is there in the online one, na? Yeah, I think your name is there in the Indranil, right? We have put you in online Bhakti-Vriksha. Yes, yes. Is your name there? Yeah. Your name is there? Will you attend? I came to know for the next 3 months you are very busy. But will you attend Bhakti-Vriksha? See, I know each and every person and what they are doing. When these students, when they call, they give me a report. Prabhuji, this person is saying this, that person is saying this. So don't think that when you start attending Bhakti-Vriksha, you will get disconnected with me. No. I'll get week by week report. Ashutosh Prabhu, please take this. Anybody else? Last bag of rice bag. Please come. Please come. Please come. Somebody has influenced you. Very good. Hare Krishna. Come. This side first. Where do you stay? Vijayshri Eldorado. Very close. So we give you this rice bag as a gift and encouragement that you will attend the Bhakti-Vriksha. You want something else? Okay. Will you attend? Thank you. Hare Krishna. So there are more rice bags with me. Some of you are a little hesitant, thinking whether you will be able to take the commitment or not. If you can take the commitment, you can get this mercy. Even if you are not able to take the commitment, meet offline with me and let me try to convince you to attend the Bhakti-Vriksha. My desire is that everybody should get the mercy of Lord Krishna. Everybody should become favored by Lord Nithyananda. On that small note, come Prabhu, Kalburgi Prabhu, right? Chandrasekhar Kalburgi Prabhu. Very old friend from 2019, I think. Huh? Come. It took 3 years, huh? Please, Hare Krishna. Please take this Jagannath rice. And will you attend Bhakti-Vriksha?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So thank you very much. In the mood of a beggar, let's raise our hands, remembering the glorious fortune of Raghunath Das Goswami, how he attained the lotus feet of Lord Nithyananda, begging and praying that one day we should also be able to bring a smile on the face of Lord Nithyananda by practice of Krishna consciousness and humility, and by sitting together in the devotees, in the association of devotees, clapping our hands and congregationally chanting in the mood of a beggar, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So now, what we will do, we have many offerings of bhoga. I request the volunteers to bring the bhoga, the Swadutsav items here. We'll do a quick offering and a very quick aarti. Online people will end the session now, but for those who are physically here, we'll have a quick bhoga offering and we'll do a quick aarti. And just like everybody was immersed in the love of God, chanting Hari Hari on the banks of Panihati, honoring Krishna Prasad, we will all sit together here and we will honor Krishna Prasad, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Thank you very much. One more announcement. Just can I have your attention for 2 more minutes, please? 2 more minutes. That's all. So when you join your Bhakti-Vrikshas, you certainly do not get disconnected either with me or with anybody. I'm planning to give a short class in the weekdays. I'm thinking every Friday, 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Timing. I will give a class which you can join online. That way you can continue hearing from me also. And I can continue to get your association online. But physically, you will be meeting in the Bhakti-Vrikshas. Is that a good deal? Yeah. Every Friday, we join online, we hear Krishna Katha. And every Saturday or Sunday, based on our convenience, we come physically and then we clap our hands, chant Hare Krishna, accept prasadam, do some seva, and read Prabhupada's books. Is that a good deal? Yes. Do you want a class from me on Friday or not? Yes, if you want it, please raise your hand. I should feel that I should do it. You want Friday classes? Okay, very few hands means no Friday classes. Okay, anyways, we'll do it. I'll do it. That's my job. I want to be always connected with you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Welcome to the world of meaningful happiness of Krishna consciousness, and see you back home, back to